Got this TF80 SC. We're going to put an LS kit. Actually, it's going to be a kit with pistons in it, because the only way I could get a couple of pistons was buy the whole piston kit. So we got clutches and pistons, pump bushing, filter. I think that was it on this one. Oh, the I don't know what they call these steels. I'm calling them 4, 5, 6 steels. So they go in this drum here. So we're gonna go get started on this. Actually got the camera up a little bit higher this time. Trying to get down inside that unit when I get ready to put these guts down in there. And it's seeming to be pretty precarious, so I don't know if this is going to work out or not. Let's see how this works out. Trying to keep it from bouncing around so much. We've got 2 O-rings in here. There's 3 grooves. The bottom groove is going to take this big O-ring. The middle groove is going to take the thin one. And the top groove is for your snap ring, for your spring cage. You got a wide side and a narrow side. Narrow side goes down. You see these raised areas here, those are going to face up. Oop, wrong piston. Still going to face up. Still the wrong piston. Dang it. They're still going to face up. There we go. And I'm going to put the taper of our tips of our snap ring up. And nobody had the steels or the pressure plate for this thing. Luckily one of the steels was in good enough shape I could use it. Had to tear down a whole unit to get the rest of this stuff, but the clutch drum only had 3 clutches and steels instead of 4 like this one, so I had to rummage one. Bad thing is this is all the way in the back of the unit, so you have to take it all the way down just to get them. Seems pretty good. Now this bearing is going to go on the back side. It's going to go just like that. And then we got this race, this bearing. Alright, this one is a 1, 2, 3, 4 clutch. Spring cage, this end going down. Yeah, see if we pick out the right one this time. Alright, this one, the raised areas up, and the tips of our snap ring, the taper facing up. You want the opening fully in the enclosed area, you don't want it partial. Looks like our camera's bouncing around quite a bit. Hopefully it isn't too disturbing. And then we got this race is going to sit right up on top here. This is the 3.5 reverse. Again, these go down. And the taper of the tips go up again. Alright. Okay, you want to make sure that the grooves on your seal there, any seal you change, are facing the same direction. And since this has got a very narrow lip where the spring is, they're very easy to pop out. I just put a little bead of grease around there and it'll help keep that spring from popping off. And especially seeing as this is a front seal, you want something that's going to melt really quickly. You don't want pressure building up behind there and blowing the seal out. And then on all these I put a little bead of 3M weather strip adhesive. And I'm going to press this seal in. Alright, then on these gears, both of the dots face up. These dots. Let's see what we got here. Let's say that this hole and this hole line up. And I guess not. Alright, it's this hole and this hole. And we got 30 Torx on these bolts. And the filter is going to get held in by 2 of them. And it goes over here. change out this washer and our 2 sealing rings. I try not to break my sealing rings just in case I have problems and I screw one up, I got backup. I've also gotten brand new sealing ring kits that the sealing rings were broken in there, so you never know what you're going to get. Put this tab in this slot right there. Okay, you'll notice that on the factory one, these are pretty stiff. On the ones that we got, they're not. You're still going to put the ends together to where they fit like that. Since we got what we got, we're going to take the drum that it fits into. We're going to make damn sure it fit nice and snug. It looks pretty good. And seeing as the style that they are, we're going to put some grease in the grooves to help keep them in there. And we're also going to take it and just give it a little tweak. You don't want to misform them too much, because then they'll start sticking out. All right. Go ahead and remove your axle seal, save it so you know which one goes in there. These 2 sealing rings go down in the bottom down here. This unit looks a lot like an 09G. In fact, the internal guts look exactly like it. The valve body looks like a AW55, and like the 09G, it's got this sleeve down here. There's no mention anywhere of this sleeve spinning like they do not on the 09Gs. Now, I'm wondering if it's not the exact same sleeve. It does face a different position. We'll get you a scribe with the hook on it, and you'll go right up. Let me see. Right there, in between the sealing ring grooves, there's a feed opening for the fluid to come out. On 09G, it's over here, about this position, and there's another shorter one over here. Now on this one, the short one's right there, and the long one's right there. 09G, it's over here and over here. I think it's the exact same sleeve. You probably, if you got that problem, you got no 4th gear, check this sleeve and see if that opening is not right there anymore. It's moved over here or over here. It's blocking it off. You could probably put that kit in there. They don't offer, on Sonnax's website, they don't say anything about this sleeve being able to fit there. I wonder if it will. Alright, here again we're going to use some grease to hold the sealing rings in the groove. Give it a little tweak and they're going to still fit the same way. Make sure you get in the sealing ring groove and not anywhere else. Alright, then we got the piston that goes in the case here. Alright, and we got the 3 go here. And then we got the spring cage, just the 3 go over there again. And let's see, our snap ring was over here in about the 5 o'clock position. I might have to bring this closer to me so I can work on it easier. This camera's a little bit far back on the table. Come on, get down in the groove. Bring this back to me a little bit so I can spin this around without hitting the camera. Alright, there we go. Alright, make sure bearings on the back there. And put that in. And we got this sun gear. It's going to have this race on it. It goes that way. Down inside this planet there's a bearing and race down inside there. Make sure it's in there. There's this thrust washer, goes on the back. One of these pins goes inside the planet pins and the other one goes in the holes on the planet. Alright, you got the sprag assembly. This lip faces down. I'm just going to kind of turn it. It should fall into place. A little bit of downward pressure. Try to keep from getting it cocked too much. There we go. We want the opening of our snap ring at the 11 o'clock position again. And I mark my sprag rotation on top of my planet so I know I'm turning the right direction. And this 3-tab washer sits on top. You got this assembly. You want to make sure your speed sensor is in there. Get the wire pinched in between there. And you got these 55 Torx with these keepers on there. The rounded edge of the keeper is going to face in. It's going to sit in there just like that. And I'm going to move this over here so the impact doesn't hit the camera. Alright. And your wiring is going to go up over here. And this is going to hold down on that tube right there. And you got these two O-rings that go on the tube. I'm getting everything in there. Got this little plate, got to go down in here. And I put that backwards. I think I had it right the first time. Just not sitting down in there. Maybe it fit the other way. There we go. Got this bracket, holds these on. Looks like this tab's got to go over here. Then our transfer gear's got to go in. And our park actuator. Now this can go back down. It's got to sit down in there. And this little tip, it's got to face down. This little roller's got to face up. Alright, this has got to, let's see, how did this go? Alright, just got to face in there just like that. And it's got to hook around that actuator. And we got this. It's got to, let's see, how did this go? Short end goes up over here towards the back. Long end goes on the actuator itself. Nah, I got that backwards. Long end goes towards the back, short end goes towards the front. Kind of hard trying to do this away from yourself. Used to having it up in front of you. All right. Remembering how this goes. This goes down on this bolt. I'm going to put this one up here so it don't move around on me so much. I have to get this over here where I can see down in there better. You're going to have to wrap that around the park actuator, and it's spring loaded. Yeah, I tried to do this the same way I do the 09Gs and just take that transfer gear out without taking all this apart, and I couldn't get it out of there. Spring really wanting to flip around on you. And tried to get this transfer gear out here before I took out this, and it didn't want to come out either. I don't know if it was just me or what, but it didn't want to go. Alright, hopefully you can see that. And we're going to make sure that we're working before we go any further. Alright, looks okay. I'm going to put our detent on. And our little stiffener plate on top of that. Alright. And we got this shell. This washer. There's a bearing. This drum assembly, make sure that washer's on top. Make sure this bearing's in the back here. And change out these 2 sealing rings and these 3 up here. And there's a race on this side, and this washer is going to go on the back of the Planet. I'm going to put grease in these sealing ring grooves again to hold all the sealing rings in place. Here. Got a new washer for the Planet. It's got 1 big tab, 2 small tabs. Fit on the back. Alright, our sun gear is in there just like that. Get this plastic washer, sits on top. band. We may have to take that drum back off. Hopefully we won't. And I got the band upside down. And we got this drum goes down on top. And dropped it and cocked it. Here we go. Alright, what I ended up doing was putting a 6-inch C-clamp on here. Got up underneath here, screwed it down, and just kept it kind of straight with the screwdriver and a hammer. Try to keep some kind of even pressure on it, and finally got it in. And let me tell you, it's a son of a bitch. This will make you want to kill a engineer, and that ain't no joke. I've done one of these before, and I don't recall having this much trouble, but that was terrible. Alright, so hopefully we're still down, because I had to turn it on its side. Sounds like we're down. I'll move over here a little bit. Got to put our pump down. Got to turn our drum, get splined in there. There we go. Two colored that like that, and they go on here and here. I don't know if you can see everything. And these black ones go in these locations, 12 millimeters. Still turn, we're good. Yeah. Got this old one still in here. I got two of these that go in here and here. And we got two of these. One goes here. Goes right over here. Get somewhat of this picture. I'm not going to take these apart. They don't normally leak. If you want to take it apart, you're more than welcome to. You're going to take this whole differential apart, take the ring gear off, and you're going to be driving the pins out, taking the spiders out. There's two seals, one on each side of these shafts here, and they come out from the inside. So if you want to replace those, have at it. It's the same way on the 09Gs and the AW55s. And you got an O-ring on each side. It goes in here. Wrong O-ring. And it looks like they only gave me one. Alright, then get this back over here. Let's see a little bit. Differential's going to go in. Nope, wrong way. Got to get up underneath that bearing on that transfer gear. We're going to want to put it in a position where the park mechanism can go in so we can get enough tilt on it. See if I can get this turned. Alright, I'll take that back out of park. See if we can get enough tilt on this thing. It's the one reason why you gotta leave your axle seals out, because there's no way you're gonna get it in there without rolling that spring off of there. There we go. Alright. Alright, a little silicone. Don't need a lot. Squeezing most of this out anyway. Drive out of our other axle seal. A little lube where the O-ring for the pump's going to go. Ow. If your races fall out, this one is just by itself. The other one has a shim underneath it. fatter ones. You got these ones with 11s on their head, and you got the ones with these like star shape on their heads. The one with the 11s on their head go in most locations. Go ahead and get some of these out of my hand. And you get down here, the long one that goes there. And the short one goes there. When we get around here, we got the star ones start right here, here, and here. And then when you get in the inside, let's see, one goes up here in the second hole. One goes up here in the third hole, and one goes over here in the fourth hole. And the rest of these are these 11s, the ones with 11s on their head. And there's one more. Right here. And these are 12s. Put our axle seal in. And this one takes one that looks like that, this side. Here again we got the small lip for the spring. So just going to put some grease around it. Some grease on the outside here, make it easier to go in. And then we're just going to slowly start going down. We don't want to roll that lip and pop that spring on. This is a 2-inch. Just barely going to get down there on that. We're just touching. We're going to take our lip seal tool and run it around there. I should have put some grease on this shaft. Alright. Looks like we're going. Don't want to go too far. Keep it kind of even. Good. Put a little grease in here for the axle seal to slide on that O-ring. I'm going to flip this over, do this other axle seal. Get this one for this side. This one would be for the all-wheel drive, it'd go on the other side. These are for Chevy styles. Fit that one. Different looking, but looks like we're the same size. Still going to put some grease on the inside here. On this shaft and put some on the outside of the seal. Looks like we can just go flush. Alright. Let's see if we can roll this back over. Input speed sensor, or yeah, I think that's the input speed sensor. Goes there. I think the other one is the output. And I'm going to go get the valve body, and we'll be back. Alright, see if it'll stay there. Bouncing around. Alright. Got a roll pin that fell out. We're going to figure out where that goes. There's nothing in the back side of here. It does have these 8s. And the long one goes right here. And this little plate goes over here. I'm going to leave this plate loose until I get everything together, and then we'll tighten it down if you're able to get to it. Go through the valve body here. We've got this spring and plunger. We got a check valve here. Goes in with the green end down. Another one here, another one here, another one here. And we got this plunger and this spring. And we got this spring, this plunger. And you remember this came off of here. We went back here like so. Bolt, short bolt here, kind of medium sized, I guess. Here's where that pin goes. We can keep this solenoid lined up. So we just need to remember that, because that bracket, this bracket's what holds that in. This long one goes here, so that's just going to fall out, so we'll just leave it out. So I took all three of these out from over here. Could have sworn. Maybe I did not. Alright, we're going to flip this over. And we got this one here. We got another check valve, filter with the open end up. We got this plunger. Alright, battery died right in the middle of the valve body. We're so close to being done. Alright, I had to take it back apart because I didn't know. Alright, so we got the filter, got a check valve, we got this spring, this plunger, and we got this spring, this plunger, and I'd left this loose, this bolt and all these bolts over here, I'd left them loose until I got it all together, so they're already tight. And you got these longer bolts that were back here, they all go on this piece here. And the medium length ones go here, here, and here. And then there's a shorter one that goes here. And there's bolts that come in from the front side. Long one, and a shorter one goes over here. inner pin holds this solenoid in. There's a little notch right there. Gotta make sure that's in there. And pick this up a little bit. There's a seal. Goes in the top of the case here. Put a little lube on it. Linkage seal. Lube on it. Make sure we get started all the way over it. O-ring in the top of the wiring harness. The wiring harness comes in from the top. Little notch over here in the case. This little tab goes in. A little clip holds it all in. Put our linkage on. The valve body is going to keep the linkage from coming back down too far. Little gasket. Get a full view there. Goes on here. And it goes right over here. Looks like I'm going to have to take that front case half back off. The detent is sitting too low. So that might be something you want to keep an eye out when you go and build it. And wiring harness. sure it's nice and free. Alright. I wonder if I can move that over without having to take that out. Let's see what we can do. 10 millimeters on the valve body. 8 millimeter on that. Tighten that down. Let's get that. And our bracket for our temp sensor. It's so close. I wonder if I can get that to move. Yeah, I was able to get it to move good. I didn't want to take that back apart. Alright, you probably saw from the angle when I was putting that front case half on, I missed one of the case bolts. So I have gotten that tight. And our pan. They give you a gasket in the kit. They just leak. It comes with silicone from the factory. I just put silicone back. did forget to show you the air checks. There's two ports at the top that have the two drums on the top. You got two in the bottom, and you got the one for the servo that's in the middle of everything. You got a lube port at the top also, and a lube port at the bottom. I believe it was in the center. .40 Torx on this pan. These are your cooler lines right here. It's actually what happened on this, actually on the other end. Was in an accident, and whoever fixed the radiator in the front end didn't look close enough at the clips on the cooler lines, and they weren't in very good shape, and it blew the cooler lines off. You have to buy the whole assembly to get the clip. So they ran it out of fluid. It's the only other thing to show you is that tag right there. Tells you which one you got. This one's TF80 SC. There's an 81. Other than that, I think the computer bolts to the top up there. We're all done.